plantation industry in Malaysia known as the rapid growing large scale in terms of agriculture product in the world. Production of palm oil is mainly in Indonesia and Malaysia. According to Pichler, both countries generate 80% production of palm oil. They are classified into three categories, which are downstream, upstream, and integrated players. There are 5 companies in plantation sector that we discussed in this assignment, which are Kuala Lumpur Kepong Berhad, IOI Corporation Berhad, Genting Plantation Berhad, Duta Lane Berhad, and Golden Lane Berhad. From these 5 companies, Kuala Lumpur Kepong Berhad and IOI Corporation Berhad is the biggest companies in terms of commercial agriculture.
Mustafa and Shukri 2016 found the ROA and liquidity have the positive relationship. The finding found the ROA and liquidity have the negative relationship in 5 companies. Means that these 5 companies has the less cash and more earns. Next, according to Core, Gray and Lecker 2003, based on agency theory, say that the correlation between risk and return was argued that the two go in hands, means that shareholder cannot have a big return without taking a big risk. A study by Brunner 2010, a study liquidity a major important to the both internal and external analysis. This is because it a close relationship with day-to-day operational of the business. According to Dizialo 1998, the analysis of the financial ratio can be proof of the existence of the relationship between type of corporate governance and financial standing of the. And lastly, according to Sheikh Ibrahim 2007, the corporate governance disclosure and key balance sheet ratio among Malaysia listed company have no relation at all.
Next is leverage ratio. As we can see, this is the graph of leverage ratio. All companies are almost efficient because of their leverage ratio that never exceed 1, usually implies a more financially stable business. This is proof that their company assets are more than their creditor owns. The higher the ratio, consider the more risky to creditor and investor than companies with a lower ratio. Based on this graph, we can see that this red line is IOI Corporation Berhad and the green line is Genting Plantation Berhad. Conclude that the leverage ratio of these all companies are majority effective but still need to be monitored to keep maintain it. But as we can see, the red line here still under 1 and never exceed 1. But in 2014, decrease, and it shows the efficient of this company, but still need to be monitored to keep maintain the good of their leverage ratio. In Genting Plantation Berhad, their graph in 2014 increase but still lower than other company. Then it shows a good ratio than others.
In this table, we can see that the Genting Plantation Berhad were the most prominent among the 4 other companies, which are Kuala Lumpur Kepong, IOI, Duta Land, and Golden Land. Based on this, Genting Plantation Berhad having a constant mean which is below than 20 times of current ratio for 4 years, while in 2015 it increased rapidly until almost achieved 15 times of current ratio. This implies that in 2015, Genting Plantation Berhad has a biggest proportion of their value of asset to the value of the liability rather than the previous, while others company remains constant to, uh, for the years. This may for the company they are comfortable with the result provided which are below than 10 times, or maybe uh, they are not focusing on hedging the liquidity risk.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Noshafina Smiti Maktahir and my metric number is 236365. I will proceed with the next slide, which is return on assets. Okay, return on asset measure efficiency of the company business by using their own asset for generating income. The return on asset show the highest percentage on 2014 for the company of IOI Corporation Berhad, which achieved 91.23%, which implies that the company made more profit over the total asset value on that year. In 2015, it declined rapidly to 4.56%, which will give a big impact to this company as the drop is very drastically. That means this company had a huge problem in generating their profit to the total asset. For the Berhad, this company having the lowest return on assets among 5 companies, which implies that this company is not good in making profitability due to the profit after tax is very low among others company. For the financial year 2013, the worldwide decline in the price of crude palm oil for the plantation division was attributed to the sharply lower average selling price of fresh fruit bunch as compared with the previous year revenue. For the financial year 2015, the decrease in revenue was primarily due to lower contribution by the plantation and property division. This was mainly caused by lower external demand, weak commodity price, and the implementation of the Goods and Service Tax (GST) in April 2015. Then, the weaker external demand as well as lower crude oil price caused by China's slowing economies had led to lower growth rates for emerging Asian economies like Malaysia.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Iliani binti Harun, metric number 231532. Now I will present about company performance, which is return on equity. Return on equity is profitability ratio from the investor point of view. By this ratio, calculates how much money earned from the investor invest in the companies. It is not the investment in asset or something else. For information, as we know, the return on equity is always the higher return on equity is always better compared to the lowest return on equity. Okay, based on this graph, IOI Corporation Berhad has the highest return on equity, which is 170.75%, while the lowest return on equity is Dutaland Berhad. Last but not least, the average return on equity among these 5 companies, which are Kuala Lumpur Keppel Berhad, IOI Corporation Berhad, Genting Plantation Berhad, Dutaland Berhad, and Golderland Berhad, are quite similar. But somehow in IOI Corporation Berhad in 2014, it has the return on equity is 170 and 75%, while in 2015 the return on equity is 8.83%. This indicates that it has the big different changes in return on equity.
My name is Norjana bint Abdul Rahim. My metric number is 233243. Okay, then I will proceed to the discussion, which is descriptive statistic. Okay, as we can see that this is the mean and the standard deviation for both independent and dependent variables.
For your information, we choose dependent variable, which is ROA, and the rest is independent variable. Okay, the variable is divided into two, which is internal factor and the external factor. The internal factor we choose as ROA, ROE, operating ratio, current ratio, and also leverage ratio. While the external factor also often called as macroeconomic variables, which is inflation, exchange rate, GDP, and unemployment rate. Okay, first of all, we look to the ROA, which is our dependent variable. The mean is 0.10, while the standard deviation is 0.17. Okay, mean. The standard deviation also shows that the volatility. It means that the volatility, which shows that how volatile the company it is. So we can see that there is a gap between the mean and the standard deviation, which is about 0.07. So it is a small gap in value. For your information, the bigger the differences between the mean and also the standard deviation, it shows that the company manage their costs very well. As the differences is small, so this implies that these 5 companies should minimize more their expenses. Okay, next we move to the ROE, which is the independent variable. We can see that the mean value of ROE have different with the mean value of ROA, which shows that ROE is higher than ROE. So this shows that the companies provide or gain return or income more on shareholders' equity instead of ROE. For last but not least, for the external variable, which is macroeconomic variable, we can see that the mean for GDP, which is 5.3, is the highest than the others, followed by inflation, exchange rate, and unemployment rate. Conclusion, which is in this assignment we focusing more on the risk and also in return. We want to investigate whether the risk influence the return or maybe the return influence the risk. Okay, so in overall, these 5 companies shows a good corporate governance because they manage their return well and also they manage their risk well, which is they can hedge or maybe avoid the risk well. So in my view, I think these 5 company have a good corporate governance. Thank you.
The club isn't the best place to find the lovers, so the bar is where I go. Me and my friends at the